Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, July 17th, I'm pretty sure, and I am in the very beginning of Ship of Magic. I am 36 pages into that and I am 51% into Our Share of Night. And so obviously these are the two books that I'm going to be focusing on this week. I really want to finish Our Share of Night like in the first half of the week. Hopefully, I would like to finish it tomorrow, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Now, Ship of Magic, this is 880 pages long, so it will take me a while for sure, especially because I just got out of a reading slump last week. So, I'm still not like reading at full speed. And there are other couple horror books that I want to read after I finish this. And yeah, tomorrow I am going to have lunch like with some family members because it's the like celebration party thing in my dad's like hometown when he grew up. So I'm gonna go there and we might stay there like in the afternoon. So honestly, like I don't think I'm gonna be reading that much tomorrow, which is why I'm not sure I will be able to finish this tomorrow. But anyway, those are the plans, those are the reading plans, and apart from that, I'm gonna continue to force my friend to watch Marvel movies with me. We are nearing the end of phase 2, and I was talking to another friend like who watches Marvel, and I'm already like suffering in anticipation with all the pain that's gonna come in phase 3. Like I'm already suffering because I have suffered before many times because I've watched all the movies many times, and I'm not ready to suffer once again. But anyway, that has nothing to do with reading. So, welcome to the vlog. Okay, hi, hello. So it is Wednesday and I have finished Our Share of Night. I did not finish it yesterday like I was planning to, but I did finish it this morning. So, it was close enough to my goals and I am fine with that. And I don't think I talked about it at all in this vlog, but basically we are following a father and a son. And the boy's mother has died some time ago, not too long ago. And they are going to her family's house, basically. And we know that they are part of some sort of cult. And that has something to do with magic because the boy's father, Juan, he can like summon ghosts and demons. He's a medium and he does like work for that cult. And we also know that they want, like the cult, they want the boy Gaspar for themselves. Like they have plans for him. And Juan obviously doesn't want them to take his son and to use him for their plans. And so a big part of the plot is also like Juan trying to protect his son from that. And so in the beginning, I was very intrigued about the plot of the book because it just sounded really cool and like all the magical stuff. I wanted to learn more about that. But then it kind of went in not exactly a different direction because it was still about the same thing, but we were just in a very different setting and very different things were happening. It was kind of like a mixture of horror and literary fiction. And literary fiction is very like not my comfort genre. And even though I have really loved some literary fiction books I have read, I think like I don't like it in combination with horror. Like it did not work for me at all. And so I only really liked the beginning of the book and then the end of part 3, which was like the middle because it got back to that plot of the beginning, and then the last maybe like 60-70 pages because it was again like wrapping up that part of the book. But the rest didn't really work for me. Like I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't, excited reading it. It was like okay. And also it was, I feel like, unnecessarily long and it didn't really have chapters. It was just divided into 6 parts, which Also was not very motivating to read for me personally because I hate long chapters, and this was like 120-page chapters basically, so that was not helpful. And so yeah, I'm gonna give it, I think, 3 stars, but I want to read another horror book now. And actually, it says here that I read 7%, but all I've done was like film me like, starting the book for another video. I haven't actually started it, but it's also, this is so dark. Can you even see anything? It just looks black. It's called Everything the Darkness Eats by Eric LaRocca, and I have no idea what this is about, but I have liked everything that I've read from Eric LaRocca. It's like very disgusting horror, which I do really enjoy usually. And yeah, I'm gonna read that. I think it's like pretty short. Let me check how many pages it has. 164. So yeah, pretty short. I also have the audiobook. I think it's like around 5 hours, 5 hours and a half, something like that. And I listen to audiobooks on 3 times speed, so it's less than 2 hours basically. So I am planning on reading this today. And I also want to watch the new episode of Secret Invasion. I think this is the second to last episode, which I am not ready for. And also, speaking of Marvel, my friend and I last night finished Phase 2. So that is exciting. And so we are going to watch Captain America Civil War tonight. And like, he has asked so many questions while we were watching other movies. And a lot of the times I answered, you're going to know that in Captain America 3. So like, that is tonight. And yeah, that is exciting. And also, we are watching a show that he wanted me to watch that is called Fringe, and I am really loving that as well. So yeah, that is how everything's going. Also, I did go to my family lunch yesterday, which was also fun, and I might have another family lunch on the weekend. I think Sunday? Honestly, I don't even know, but I think I will have another one of those. And yeah, I will either update you tomorrow or Friday, because I think I'm gonna film on Friday. But either way, I will hopefully have this book read. And I do want to get some progress on Ship of Magic, so hopefully that as well. And yeah, I think that is everything for now. Okay, hello, hi. It is actually not Friday. Like I said, I would update on Friday, I think. Did I? I think I did. It is actually Saturday because I'm only filming like my other video now. And I have read 2 books and I started another one. And so basically I have read, I think I said I was gonna start it, Everything the Darkness Eats. And that one was kind of disappointing because that author always makes me feel very uncomfortable and like disgusted. And the only thing really in that book that made me feel uncomfortable and disgusted was like the real life horror things that happened there, like horrible people doing horrible things, which is not my kind of horror. And the actual like supernatural part was not really scary. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed because basically there was like a guy that had powers and he had like summoned something, and he was abducting people because he needed them for a ritual to use for that something that he had summoned. But like, I didn't really care that much. I also didn't hate the book, but I also didn't like love it. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't feel uncomfortable or disgusted or definitely not scared. And like, it was okay. And I gave it 3 stars. And then I read another horror book, which was called We Spread. And in that one, we were following Penny, who was an artist. She used to be an artist, and she had been living for decades in the same apartment. And for some time, she had been living alone since her partner died. And in the beginning of the book, we see her being taken to a long-term care residence because people believe that she no longer can take care of herself by herself. And her experiences there, they start off good. Like, she's actually feeling better than she was when she was at her home. And she, feels cared for. She feels taken care of. But then weird things start happening, and she doesn't really trust the people that are around her anymore. And this one did make me feel very uncomfortable, very unsettled. And especially because you don't really know if what's happening is actually happening, and you don't know if you can really trust the narrator. And the main thing about this book is like the fear of aging and not knowing if you can trust your own mind, like if what's happening is actually happening, or like I said, if you cannot trust what you're perceiving as is happening. And so us reading, we also don't know if you can trust that it is happening or not. And even the end of the book, you don't really know exactly what happened. And in some cases, I really need like an answer to what's happening. But in other cases, not knowing makes it scarier. And in this case, in this book, I feel like the not knowing definitely makes it scarier. So I don't mind at all not having answers. But if you're a person who like needs answers, this is not the book for you. But for me, it definitely worked. It was very creepy, very unsettling, and I gave it 5 stars. I finally found a 5-star book. I haven't had a 5-star read in 2 months or more, but I finally had one. And then, instead of continuing with Ship of Magic, I kind of realized that I'm not really in the mood for an like epic fantasy, like a 900-page epic fantasy right now. I will continue it, but not like right this moment. And so I started a fantasy romance that like a bunch of people have been reading, and that is Divine Rivals, but I'm only 11. I'm only 11% in, so I don't really have any thoughts on it yet. The only problem is that, I don't really like romance. When it's in fantasy, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. But the fact that the main character has my name, that's gonna make it so much worse for me. But here we are. I'm reading it. I also watched the episode of Secret Invasion, which was really good. And I can't believe that there is only one episode left. And also, my mom and I have decided on like our vacation. We're going to Mexico in August. So that is very exciting. And yeah, I think that is everything that has been happening. Tonight we like me and my parents are going to watch it's sort of like a physical competition of like all the small towns around my town, and they're like teams from every small town, and they like participate in some physical competitions, and it's really fun. And we haven't watched that in a few years because it used to be like in my hometown, like really close to my house, so we would just go. But now it's in another town, so we have to drive there, and we haven't really wanted to. But this year we decided that we're gonna watch it, so we're gonna watch it tonight. I will probably get some footage of that because, like I said, it's really fun to just see, people falling in the water. That's hilarious. And yeah, that is it. I will read Divine Rivals. I mean, not the whole book probably, but I will make some progress on it. If I feel like I will also make some progress in Ship of Magic. And I will probably only update you again on Monday. And now I'm gonna edit my video, and I have like an hour and a half of footage, and I don't really feel like it, but I have to go edit. So that is that, and I will most likely talk to you on Monday. Hello. So it is Monday and I'm here to wrap up the vlog. And my wrist just cracked. I got to 59% of Divine Rivals, and in this book we are following Iris and Roman, and they're both journalists and they both want the same promotion at work. And Iris is like, she wants a promotion because she's trying to save her family because her mother is struggling with addiction and her brother is missing at war. And the war, like, we don't yet fully know what is happening, but we know that it's basically that their gods are at war. And speaking of that, we have learned like a couple myths about their gods, what might have happened to like create the war and why they were kind of like sleeping for, I don't know if it was 100 years or something like that. But we are not getting as much fantasy as I wanted. But like the romance part of this fantasy romance is that Iris is trying to like write letters to her brother, but when she like tries to send them, they magically appear to Roman. And now we know why they have been appearing to him, but they have been like communicating back and forth. But Roman knows that Iris is the one sending the letters, but Iris doesn't know who the other person she's talking to is. And honestly, I don't like that. And I also don't like that we're not getting as much fantasy as I was anticipating, like I said. And I'm not disliking the book, like it's okay, but it feels more like an historical fiction book more than like a fantasy book. And that is just not the type of book I tend to enjoy. So it's just not really working for me. Like, I'm not disliking it, but it's just like an okay book. And I don't know, like so many people are loving it. I wanted to love it too, but it's not really working for me. And yeah, so far it's feeling like 3 stars maybe. But yeah, that is what I've read in these last couple days. And yesterday I went to like my family picnic and it was fun until the point where my dad broke my glasses because we were like playing with a ball, but then I like looked away and I was talking to someone else and he like threw a ball at my face and my glasses broke. And I like went to get them fixed today. They're not like 100% fixed because like it is damaged and I would need to get new glasses to get them 100% okay, but I mean, they're fine enough. But yeah, basically like last night, I'm glad I was listening to the audiobook because if not, I couldn't really read. But anyway, that is what has been happening, and let's just wrap up what I have read. So I finished Our Share of Night. I read We Spread, and I read Everything Darkness Eats, and I read 211 pages of Divine Rivals, and I did not make any progress in Ship of Magic because, like I said, I'm just not in a like epic fantasy, very complex fantasy kind of mood. But then at the same time, I'm complaining that there is not enough fantasy in Divine Rivals. So maybe I should be reading this. I don't know, but anyway, I didn't. So there's that. But I did read 1027 pages, which I am very happy with. I haven't read 1,000 pages in a week in a while because I was in a reading slump, but I am back to my normal amount of pages, so I'm very happy with that. And yeah, that is the end of this reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!